What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I am Craig and we are going to be going over the charts. This is pre-market. Hopefully this video gets out before the markets open, but we're going to talk about what we could be expecting today. Also, why I believe, if you stick around to the end, we'll talk about why I believe we'll be seeing a sub $10,000 Bitcoin by 2023, middle or end of 2023. So stick around, make sure you watch the whole video. There's going to be a lot of info here. We're going to do the smaller time frames in Bitcoin also. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you scroll down, smash that thumbs up. If you've never done that on anyone's video, I suggest to do it on everyone's video you like. That's how YouTube knows you like the video. So make sure you scroll down, smash a thumbs up, leave your comments down below on what you guys want to see in my stock market update videos. I will be starting to do, I think I'm going to make them actually pre-recorded too. So by you putting them down there on the videos, I'll know which ones to go over. I'll start making those in the afternoons. I was going to do lives, but I think I'm going to stick with recorded. Some people just don't like the time it takes to do the live streams. I will do different live streams, periodically. So make sure you hit your notification buttons to get notified when I post new videos. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed, I suggest you do so if you want daily updates, and let's get into it. So the DXY, we talked about this yesterday. Getting above here would be bullish for Bitcoin if it held support. It did drop below. We'll see what happens here today. I think we're probably going to bounce back above this and get support. Once we do that, obviously Bitcoin's bullish. If we stay below here for some time, then Bitcoin may get another pump up to that 33 to 35 range. We'll talk about what to look for in that. So anyways, still bullish on the DXY in the long term, as you guys know. Looking at the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones, we did drop back below our center of this rising channel. Let's see where we trade today. Pre-markets right now currently are trading up, but as you guys know, a lot of times around 10 a.m. So if the market starts going up at the beginning around 10 a.m., there's usually a reversal. We talked about that yesterday, and that did bring Bitcoin down with it. So let's see if the same thing happens today. Otherwise, what could we be looking for if we start trading above that 32.9 and remain there after 10 a.m.? Bitcoin may see another push up. We'll talk about where that might go. But remember, anytime we go below this 30,700 range and start trading below that on the Dow, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you what I'm expecting if that happens. All right, let's take a look at the weekly channel we broke out of back here. If we were to go up and retest the top of this on the weekly, would be around the $35,000 to $36,000 range. That is a possibility. And if we get up there, remember, we'll look at it in the smaller time frames. We could wick higher, possibly the 38, 39, but a close until we open and close a weekly above this 35,000 area. Depending on where this line is, there's no reason to be macro bullish in this market. So anyways, remember, a break of this 24.5 range is probably going to get pretty ugly pretty quick. Now, if we look at this falling wedge right here, we still have room for more downside for the weekly RSI. Plenty of room, actually. So just something to be cautious about. Let's take a look at Prime XBT. If you guys are interested in trading, I definitely suggest checking out Prime XBT. You can trade for free up in the contest section to get used to the platform. When you are ready to trade, you can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade altcoins, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, everything from one exchange. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Links down below. There's also a tutorial on my YouTube page. All right, so let's take a look at this. Was from yesterday. We talked about this. We broke up. Our high to look for if we were going to bounce up yesterday was at 33,000, and that's just a measured move of this falling wedge. We could still see that. Now, we don't have to. We look like we're getting a bounce here, but I'm going to show you a chart, not the next chart, but the one after that. I'm going to show you something to look at. We've seen this all before. So let's take a look at the bigger picture in here. This is the daily chart. As you guys know, We're talking about market structure here. This market structure in the daily kept us bearish because this was an ABC correction to the upside. Nobody seemed to believe that we were bearish. I was dead set on it. Let's take a look at our measured move from this rising broadening wedge that we talked about since we broke it way back here in December. And you can see our target there is around that 24.3 range. I still believe we are most likely gonna hit that, at least on the daily. Now, if we get a bounce here, we could bounce around in that range for a few months. And again, in the longer term charts at the end of the video, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But let's take a look at another thing here. I was talking about the sub 10K, right? So this was the market structure break on the daily. If we measure this down as a flagpole and we take our bear flag over here to where it broke, that could get us as low as the 68.40 range. I do have a much lower target. We'll speak about that also. But this is a range I'm going to be watching for this bear flag. Now, if we come up and break this 39,000 at any point, and again, that all depends on if, when, and where this breaks. But if we break above this and start opening and closing a daily above this 39, like I said, it depends on where this breaks. But if we start opening and closing a daily above this, then that will invalidate this as being the bear flag target of that 6,800. So let's take a look at one more thing here. So if we look at this whole thing as a bear flag right here, and we take a measured move, just looking at this as a smaller area, but we look at this as a bear flag. Actually, we're going to do that in the 4 hour. I'm not even going to waste your time on this one. But as of right now, still looking for this area, most likely. As you guys know, we had hidden bearish divergence. Someone asked in a video yesterday, what is the hidden bearish divergence? Hidden bearish divergence is we made higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. Now this high right here, you can see it here, is higher than this high way back here, this high here, this high here. That is hidden bearish divergence. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend on the time frame you're watching. This is the 1 hour. The trend is down, most likely continuation of the trend. Now let's take a look at the 4 hours. So on the 4 hour here, this might get a little bit messy, but I'm gonna try to make this as clear as possible for you guys. So I talked about the bear flag, which was right here, that could get us down to the 68. There's a few ways we can look at this. Our first target hit perfectly at the 25,389 area here, and that was just looking at this rising channel to where it broke, and boom, it got us to there. If you guys were watching them back then, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If not, make sure you watch every daily update. That's why you need to have your notifications on. Everybody waits till a big move and then they look for videos. Look at the videos first, and then you might not get so confused on what's going on because you'll know what to expect. So let's take a look at this. This is at 33,000 that we could possibly hit. In the next chart, I'm going to show you why we may not hit it. So anyways, let's take a look here. So looking at this breakout, that's what gets us the possibility of the 33,000. I don't think we're going to get there, but it's still a possibility. We could go as high all the way up here to that $35,000 range, and that would make this just another bear flag, right? Let's take a look at this measured move here. So if we look at this as a flagpole from the break of structure, which was this bear flag, we go from the break here all the way down to the bottom, looking at this as a bear flag. And if we do break this 29.3 area, that gives us a target, depending on if, when, and where. If it, goes back up, tests the top of this first, then, it could be next week or the week after, giving us a higher target. But if we were to break this range, if you guys were watching yesterday, we were looking for 29.3 to come retest this. We did get that almost perfectly. So if this area breaks, I'm going to move this over a little bit. If this area breaks within the next few days, that's actually going to give us a lower target than this 18.8. That would get us all the way down to approximately the 17.1, 17.2 area. looking at this again as a flagpole from the break of structure to where it would break down here about the 1781 area. And then of course we have our 6800 area from the big bear flag. This one right here, looking at that as the flagpole. Now let's take a look at, this is the last chart I want to look at, or small time frame chart. I'm going to look at the bigger term after this, longer term. So let's take a look at some things here. I have the RSI circled down here, as you can see where it topped out. And we made hidden bearish divergence up on the peak here. This triangle looks an awful lot like this triangle and this triangle. What happens, we come down, we break through, make everyone think it's invalidated, and then it goes back up, getting everyone bullish again, and then it rode that triangle till it finally broke, right? The RSI was all doing the same thing in all of these. Now let's go over here. Same thing right here. And the 200 EMA always seems to be the area where the resistance is on this. So let's look at this one. Same thing, came down, we tested it, we got a bounce, got everyone bullish, we came below, right? Got everyone bullish again, came up for another test of the 55 EMA. That's where we're at right now. And then we had major continuation to the downside. We're doing the same thing again. We came down, had a little pop below. Now if this plays out the same way, we're going to ride this for a little while. We might get another bounce up to that 30,500 range. And this is the 4 hour, guys. This could take a couple days, but it could ride this for a while before breaking down. And then we see the same type pattern again. Something to look at. I do think that's the most likely scenario, but we'll see what happens. If we get up to that 33,000 and break that, then, you know, I'll change my mind on that. But like I said, I'll keep you updated daily. So make sure you stick around for that. And this is the longer term Amazon to Bitcoin comparison chart. It does seem to be playing out still to the T. Now, each candle isn't going to play out exactly. That's absolutely impossible. What we look at is structure here. Like, same thing, the big A, B, C correction here with a new high. Same thing we've seen here, A, B, C correction with a new high. Then we had this big rally right here, which got us to that 48. Now, for this to be invalid, if we break that 48,000, then this chart's invalid. I'll leave it alone, won't show it no more. But until then, this is absolutely valid. And if we were to play out the same way, we could see as low as 3,700 in 2023. Does it have to get there? Absolutely not. This is the worst case scenario, in my opinion. If it does play out like Amazon, it took Amazon 10 years to break this all-time high. 10 years. So for everyone that thinks it's going to be a moonshot up, I'm not saying it can't, but I'm saying it's unlikely. But the good thing is, if we look here at Amazon, what happened there? Now remember, the Amazon was in the dot-com bubble. There were plenty of dot-com scams that needed washed out. That's what this was, a washout. I think we need the same in crypto. Wash out all these scam garbage altcoins, and then Bitcoin can shine. You can see what happened here. This is the weekly chart. Amazon came back up, all the way back up, and tested this area again. And that was about 4 years later. So will this be the next 4-year cycle? Guys, people talk about the 4-year cycle. If you think about it, what else happens every 4 years? Elections. If you look back in all markets and break it down into 4 years, you'll see a 4-year cycle. So I don't really think it has anything to do with halving. They make halving sounds like there's less Bitcoin. There's not less Bitcoin. There's still more Bitcoin every day. Just less extras go out. They, you know, as long as people are selling, there's always Bitcoin available. So anyways, and then we went down another one, 4-year cycle on Amazon. This was 2003, 2004. And then we go down to the bottom here. There's 2006. Then we had another pump up here, 2008. That's where Bitcoin started right here, actually. And then we had our big boom. But anyways, that took 10 years to break the all-time high that we had in the Amazon bubble. Will the Bitcoin bubble be the same? Good possibility. We'll be keeping an eye on it. We'll be tracking it. And if the Dow Jones was to repeat the 1929 Great Depression, this is what we could be looking for. And that took about 2 years from the peak all the way down to the bottom. So this peak was December 21. So we'd be looking around the same time, 2023. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but man, it looks very similar. Just something to be cautious for or cautious about. Don't get overly bullish. And could this possibly be right here? Now we got one more leg up. That is a possibility. We've talked about that on the channel, but things are looking pretty grim in the markets, in my opinion. You make up your own mind. Let me know what you think in the description below in the comment section. And I'm going to get out of here. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.